Hey Shane, how's it going?
Going pretty well. How are you?
I'm good. All right, my name is Ben. I'm really excited to give you a voice lesson. This being our first lesson, I just want to touch up on a few things. I just want you to know that these will be half an hour lessons. They might look differently each week depending on what we're going to tackle, but we're always going to start off with some warm ups. We're going to sing through a song. We're going to look at some feedback, try to figure out where you want to be and what you want to learn. And then we're going to tackle a song and give you something to work on so you could go home and start to feel what feels right to you in your voice. Okay.
Sounds great.
Great. Do you have any questions for me before we get started? I know we haven't worked together before, so I just wanted to give you a chance to say anything you might want to say.
Um,
Is there
I
maybe something you want to work on?
yeah, I mean, one thing. So I was taking voice lessons when I first moved to Columbus, which it's now been a couple years since I stopped. And one thing that I was really working on and starting to make some headway in is placement. And so that is something I really would like to continue focusing on because it helped me a lot and it helped me to figure out my voice a little bit better and how to use my voice to my advantage and know my strengths. So that's something I would love to work on.
Great. Well, I'm excited to hear that. Yeah, I think anytime a vocalist goes without, at least for me, it's been so many months through COVID since I've been able to have an in-person lesson that my placement's gotten off, so I'll make sure to listen to that so we can see kind of where we want to go, and make it so that it feels comfortable for you, but we're accomplishing what you want. So
Perfect.
all right, so why don't we start with some warm-ups? So we're just going to tackle a couple warm-ups that have worked well for me, and maybe they can work well for you. If not, we can find something that kind of works for both of us. Okay.
Great.
So first, we are going to do just some lip trills to get your jaw loose, the lips tingling. So we're going to go. Can you hear this? By the way, is this loud enough for you?
Yep.
Perfect. So we're going to go. So we're going to do that on lip buzzes, okay? So let me know when you're ready, and I'll always play the chord for you, okay, before you go.
Okay.
So are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Sorry.
That's okay. Can you hear that?
I did not hear that.
You can't hear this?
Now I can.
Okay. What would be better if I play it for you and then you've seen it? Would that be better?
I think so.
Okay, let's do that then. So here's the chord, and then you're going to go.
Sorry.
No, 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 that's fine. Next chord. All right, next chord.
Play that one again.
Yeah, the sound's going in and out. That's okay. So I don't know if it's the distortion from the piano, but you're sounding a little flat on them,
Okay.
like you can't hear it. And that's fine. I think it might just be the connection over Zoom. But
Sure.
just keep in mind to make sure the sound is really lifted. They all sounded good. They just all sounded a step higher, or a
Okay.
step higher, which is fine. It still worked. You still went up the
Okay.
scale. I was still really happy with that sound.
Sure.
Um, so before we keep on going, how about we just talk about posture for a minute, okay?
Mhm.
So Can you step back as far as you can for me? Just a little bit more. Perfect. Are your hands in your pockets?
Yep.
Okay. Does that feel better?
Yep.
Okay. Can you do something for me? Can you pretend that you're a really tall tree? And this might seem a little goofy right now, but I just want you to feel this. I'm going to count to 10 and you're going to go all the way down to your sides. Okay. So can you just raise your hands up again? We're going to go all the way down and I'm just going to kind of count to 10. I want you to get halfway at 5 and then go all the way down. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How do you feel right now?
Lifted.
Do you feel good? What feels good?
Oh, I feel lifted.
You feel lifted. You
Yeah, I
feel
feel
lifted.
this is not as slumpy. I tend to slouch, so
Good. You feel like your ears are over your shoulders
yeah,
instead of out in front of you.
sure. Hmm.
Great, great. Um, so, a lot of times, especially musical theater, we don't really have a chance to think about our posture because we're moving so much. So just think about it when we do this next exercise, how buoyant you want your ribs to be, okay? How lifted you want them. Get a really nice deep breath. A lot of the times what we don't think about when we're breathing is we naturally do this. We've done this from the day we're born and we'll continue doing this till the day we die, okay? It's something that's so natural that we just don't think about it. Okay. So when you take a breath, I want us to try this. I want you to put your hands below your rib cage, kind of around your stomach region. Okay. I want you to feel the expansion when you take in this deep breath. So just follow me. We're going to take a deep breath. Do you feel how lifted your ribs are and how much expansion you got in your stomach down there?
Absolutely.
And then just breathe it out. Do you feel how it goes away?
Yes.
Good. Good. So, is there anything that you particularly look for in your posture or that you feel like you struggle with?
Um, I think just tend to slouch forward a lot and
Okay.
pull my neck forward a little.
Okay. Well, you know what? So there are a couple things that I've done that maybe you can work on for next week's lesson. I always like to lay on the ground, and that gets me at a really nice flat surface. And I also like to stand against the wall. That gets me in another place where I feel like I'm nice and lifted. And when you do that, try going all the way down to your feet and raising all the way back up. That's
Okay.
something that I've really used because you can feel every bone in your body move up to stand in its natural position. So, and how are your feet? Your feet shoulder width apart?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So let's try this next exercise and keep in mind how lifted you want to be. Okay. And when you take your breath in, we want to really make sure we get that right into our stomach. So when I breathe from the side, I really got it nice there so I can, but I keep everything nice and lifted. Okay. All right. So let's try this next one. And this is, again, something that we can work on. This would be a good exercise for that kind of breath support. So what we're going to do is it's going to be on say. Okay. I want a nice open say. Okay. Say. It could be a little bit more forward, not too much though. We're going to go
Say,
say.
say.
Okay.
Wow.
So we're gonna go say oh, say oh, say oh. Okay. So we're gonna come back down on O. Okay. So, and O is in a spot where, remember, keep everything lifted. Oh. Okay.
Hmm.
It's a little trickier, so we'll take a few times to learn this, but I think this would be a really good one for you. think you're
Okay.
I think you're really gonna like it. So, is this a good key to start in for you? You're a tenor, right?
I am a tenor. It's a little low, but it'll go up, so we're good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's just start down there then. So again, you're gonna go say oh say oh. Can you do that for me? Just that one part?
Say oh, say oh.
Okay. I'm noticing something. I like the energy and how focused you are when you do that.
Hmm.
That's great. But what I want you to do is I want you to be more relaxed in your face. Can you give me an excited face, like a aha face? Now, can you keep your eyes that lifted when you do this? Can
Sure.
we can we see what that does? All right. So we're going to do that again. Say oh. Can we do that? All right.
Say oh, say oh.
Perfect. Did you hear the difference?
Absolutely.
What felt different to you?
It felt more forward, which is also something that I struggle with.
Right? And that's great. I'm really glad you were able to find that. It just seemed like something was off a little. So let's stick with that. I want you to keep that sound for me, okay? So let's go up here. We're just going to go a fourth up, get you a little higher. Let's just do that part again. So we're going to go again. Say oh. So let's do that again, all right?
Say oh, say oh.
Okay. Can you do it with that same lifted in your eyebrows and that same smile behind everything, okay?
Mhm.
Can we try that one more time?
Yep. Say oh, say oh.
Can you relax your forehead for me a little bit? Can you try that? Can we see what that does to the sound?
Mhm,
Or you can still keep your eyebrows raised but keep your forehead relaxed. Do you see that?
mhm.
So let's try doing that. Let's see what that does.
Okay. Say oh, say oh.
Good. Good. I think you're just going to need to get in a mirror and just take a look at that for me. Okay.
Okay.
I love the sound. You heard it. I heard it. So we know what we need to keep
Yep.
consistent. So let's try doing the whole thing now. Okay.
Okay.
I'll play that one more time.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Think so.
All right. Here we go.
Say oh, say oh, say oh.
Okay. Good. Good. Can we do it with when you get to the top? Remember, you're going to go say,
Okay.
oh. You're going to do the oh. And that was way too high for me. So don't do what I just did, but go to the oh. So you're going to go say, oh. Okay. Can we do
Okay.
that one more time?
Yep.
And when you hit high, can you do something for me? Can you do this with your arms?
Yep.
So you're going to go say, oh, say, oh, say, oh. Just on
Okay.
that part, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Here we go.
Sorry, can you give me that again?
Say.
Okay. Say-oh, say-oh, say-oh.
How'd it
I
feel?
feel like it felt better.
That Shane, that sounded so much better. You sounded so much more relaxed. there's some things I'd still love for you to work on with your face and relaxing your facial
Yeah.
muscles. But when you hit that high note, you weren't afraid of it anymore. It sounded so good. Can we just do that one more time?
Sure.
And then we're going to move. I'd love to move on to you singing something because I've been talking too much. So let's go. Let's stick with the same key and still do the same thing. Okay. Remember to keep it lifted in your eyebrows. Keep it nice, warm up front. Okay.
Say oh, say oh, say oh.
Great. That sounded so good. I hope that feels better for you.
It does feel better.
Great. Great. Okay. Hey, do you have something you can sing for me? I just love to kind of see where you're at and get to know your voice a little more.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so just feel free to cut me off because this is a long song. So just
Okay.
tell me when you need to stop.
Okay.
I miss your smile, the smell of smoke on your shirt. Even if once in a while being with you hurt. I miss those days we used to share, just lying there. I miss your smile. It's funny you're here and then you're gone. It's funny how you can just move on. I miss those nights in bed with you, feeling around, not knowing what to do. We were young, we didn't know. Stop.
I felt like it was unfortunate not to tell you to stop. I don't want to be rude about that. So
No, you're fine.
I know that's an interesting dynamic we have to do over Zoom nowadays. So um I really like it. I mean, there were some really nice moments where you had some nice warm vibrato. You had some nice moments where the tone sounded really good and it just sounded warm and forward. But I'd love to try to work on just a few things to see what it does for you. Okay.
Sure.
So we're going to do that one more time. Okay. Um, Before you went into the second verse, there was a nice long pause. I think the first 45 seconds is one system or is one segment by itself. Is that right?
Yep.
We're just going to do that. We're going to do that. I want to see what we can do here together. Let's try and shake things up and see what happens. So can you do this face the whole time for me? Can you just smile the whole time you've seen it? I know it's not it's not supposed to be like a smiley song from, at least, is that correct, in the show it's in?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that next to normal?
It's not. It's actually from a song cycle.
Oh, okay. It was pretty. Can you just put a smile behind it the whole time?
Yep.
I'm noticing something. There are moments where when you sing, you tend to do this.
Okay.
Okay. And I would just love to see what would happen if we just lifted it and smiled.
Okay.
So, and when you get to that high note, you know what I'm talking about? Do, 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 do.
Yep.
Can we do that same thing? Okay.
Yep.
Before we do that, again, can you put your hands in here for me?
Hmm.
Draw the straight line all the way out. Feel your ribs expand. Lower your hands. That's where I want you to be at. Do you feel,
Okay.
do you feel relaxed?
Yep.
Okay. I'd love you to stay that lifted. Shake everything out real quick, but stay that lifted. And make sure that you keep your head straight forward. Sometimes we tend to raise it a little bit or to lower it. And look, see what happens. See if you notice what it sounds like if you do that.
Okay.
And so let's just go ahead and do that again. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to focus on keeping lifted. We're going to keep a smile. We're going to raise really high.
Got it.
Okay. What I said before about lowering or raising and feeling it, don't worry about that. I've already given you 3 things. I don't want to overwhelm you. So let's go with that.
Perfect. You ready?
Mhm.
I miss your smile, the smell of smoke on your shirt. Even if once in a while being with you hurt. I miss those days we used to share, just lying there. I miss your smile. It's funny you're here and then you're gone. It's funny how you can just move on.
Great. How'd that feel?
Felt a little better. I'm
Yeah.
still feeling the tension.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, it's a process. Okay. It always is. There are things that I still find I need to change. But what worked for you during that?
I definitely feel the space in the back of my mouth when I'm lifting everything.
Okay. Did this help you approach the top note?
It did. I think it's just the way that that note is, because it's not as much of a like growing note that I feel like I was still stretching.
Can we do something different this time? Can we do that again? Because you're right. Can we do that again? But when we do it this time, can you go, I know that I'm here? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get a visual in your head like you're punching something or you're flicking something, you're saying no. You know how we always yell no, and that keeps it forward. So let's do that one more time and see what happens.
Okay. I miss your smile, the smell of smoke on your shirt. Even if once in a while being with you hurt. I miss those days we used to share, just lying there. I miss your smile. It's funny you're here and then you're gone. It's funny how you can just move on.
How was that?
It felt better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just hitting that note and the same relaxation and openness you had in your mouth before.
Mm-hmm.
You're letting the air flow through and supporting the note. You have to have it for there. But that sounded great. I mean, I think you're heading in the right trajectory.
Great.
But I just want to know if that felt good for you.
Yeah. One thing that I feel like I've been told in the past, and I'm curious if you think this is helpful, is to kind of think down when I'm going up so that I'm not reaching as much for it. Have you ever heard that?
No, I haven't. And it's not to say that that doesn't work for you. Um, I have always thought get above the pitch and land on it. But
Sure.
I'm a baritone, and so getting at higher notes, I have to think of it that way.
Sure.
If that works for you, then that's fine. I would just find something that makes sense for you and stick with it. It could be
Okay.
that, it could be what I said. You might find something you like. So I would focus on that.
Okay.
Me personally, what I would love to hear is just you feel more confident in that note.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I'd love to leave you with some homework. Our
Great.
time is running short. I sent you a song. It's called Michael in the Bathroom. Okay.
Yes.
So have you heard that song?
I have heard that song.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, we're going to look at the last 5 bars with the last 45 seconds of it. So I'd go to the last, you have the last 45 seconds pulled up?
I can pull it up. Okay, I think this is the one. Oh.
Disney Plus, Hulu, and
Whoa, ads.
ESPN Plus now bundled together. The greatest stories and characters, the largest stream.
Ooh, that's loud. Okay.
It is loud.
You said the last 45 seconds?
Yeah, let's go there.
Let's see. Okay, do you know what the lyric is where you are
Yeah,
thinking?
it's God, he's such a loser. I'm sorry. It's at a party. Is there a sadder sight than?
Oh, okay, I see it. Is that the spot?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you try singing that for me?
I can try.
Right.
Okay. Is there a sadder sight? Michael in the bathroom at the party. This is a heinous night. Ooh, cable porn. She was never born. Just Michael who's a loner, so he's stoner. God, he's such a loser. So low, do you think that you know Michael in the bathroom by himself? By himself. All by himself. I think it goes up there.
Yep.
Some party, I'm so glad I came.
Perfect.
The less familiar part of that song.
Hey, that's okay. I just wanted you didn't need to do it perfect at all. I thought it sounded good. You knew what you needed to do. I
Yep.
liked the notes that you hit. They sounded great. So this is what I would love for you to look at for next week. So spend time focusing on that tempo, get that tempo down.
Sure.
If you need to do it on an open vowel, an O and ah, that would be acceptable to do.
Okay.
Something that's comfortable. And
Sure.
just a couple things I want you to think about this week for homework outside of this last part of the song. And I sent you the sheet music to your email, so you already have
Oh,
it.
great. Okay,
So
perfect.
keep an open mouth. Okay, keep a lot of space down here in your throat. Get in front of a mirror and just record the song that you were singing before, and just go back and just watch your face. I want to see what you notice, and I want you to come back to me with what you saw and what you think you could do better. Okay.
Okay.
And when you hit those higher notes, Michael and the loser, Michael flying solo, who you think that Michael in the bathroom by himself, all by himself. I want you to remember point
Okay.
on the high notes. And if that doesn't work for you, find something that does. Maybe it's a punch. Maybe it's, you're getting angry, or maybe it's a foot stomp, or just get something in your body so you can feel that high note and, use it, embrace that. Okay.
Great.
All right. Perfect. Do you have any questions about your homework?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.